is up, YouTube family? Thank you guys for tuning back into Wilburn Shenanigans. My name is Chada. This is D, and we back with another great video. Before we dive in, if you're new, smash that subscribe button, get this video a thumbs up. Also, share this content. So,
is that going to be your new thing?
I'm thinking about adding
Yellowstone too much.
I'm thinking about adding it. Yellowstone has definitely gotten my attention. I got to put them guns away.
Oh my gosh.
They only come out when they need to come out.
Okay.
So, we got the red flags in women. We are now into red flags with men. So I wasn't biased on yours, so you gotta be the exact same on this side.
I wasn't even biased.
Yeah, we were just being honest. So if it is a dumb red flag, I'm about to take it out. Like if it's true, I'm gonna say, okay, man, got that. But if it's something dumb, like dumb. If he drive a Honda, like no, I'm not taking.
I think like a red flag for me, like what I would consider red flag is like, oh, he's a mama's boy, or he's too close to his mom. Like that's the type of red flag I feel like those are red flags. Or like
any kind of motivation, like something.
Or like what's like a red flag?
See, you ain't got none.
It's hard, I know. Like some people would think like, oh, when a guy's like full of like in love with his car, like there's those guys that like just be really into their cars. Like people will say like, oh, that's a red flag.
Oh yeah.
Like,
but let's see.
I've seen too many of these done for women and not enough done for men. So here's a list.
Red flag.
Wilburn, come on,
because
stop.
She not doing it out the genuine, like just thinking about red flags. She doing it because she saw it.
No, stop.
That's a red flag.
No.
She got a red flag.
Play.
In men. Juice WRLD. Run. Run for the hills. Run to the other side of the country. Flee the country if you have to. Treating servers poorly. That's just disgusting behavior.
Red flag.
I don't know why anybody would do that. If they address women as females, they probably think they can do a handstand on a keg. And not that it matters, but they're likely under 5'7". If they say that women don't go for nice guys, they're probably not a nice guy. I hate to break it to you, babe. If he says all of his exes are crazy, he probably drove them crazy.
Yep, red flag.
If he's gotten a perm, that says enough. If he acts differently with you in front of his friends.
Red flag.
If his For You page is filled with sad boy gym rat TikToks. Like, gym rat. Meats, make her regret it, bro. Fucking get away from that. If he has an issue with your piercings, like they somehow affect him.
Red flag.
That's just like weird.
Weird.
If he doesn't care about politics. We all know what that means.
Get out of here.
If he only brings up men's issues when you speak on issues that primarily affect other genders. He does not care about men's issues, baby. He isn't there for that. If he actually uses Facebook, again, we know what that means. And if he has a messy car, take care of yourself. Nasty ass.
I'll give her that. She has some good ones.
I can't read hers. It's so tiny.
Yeah, I can't.
Like, and it's a lot on there. So yeah, we just gonna get to the next one because she should have talked about it.
Red flags from guys. This is for girls only. Guys, keep scrolling.
Oh, I'm in here.
Number 1, he is late to everything. Like an hour late, 2 hours late.
A red flag. Yes.
Number 2, he tells his mom to stop talking.
Hell yeah, red flag.
My slap taste on my mouth.
He decides to go to Texas on Valentine's Day, even though he knows that you made fancy reservations.
She talking about personals.
Yeah.
You let him go anyways because it's too late to cancel his plan. And then you're like, oh, what's in Texas? And he's like, nothing. And then you see
talk about yourself, girl.
The girl that he told you not to worry about lives in Texas. So then you ask him about that. He's like, oh, I'm going to a different part of Texas. So you decide to work a double on Valentine's Day instead. And you text him while you're at work, like, hey, text me when you make it there safe. I love you. I care about you. And then he never gets a text back. But then at the end of the shift, it's like 1 a.m. and then you're on your way home. And then you get into a car accident and bust 3 tires, fuck up your axle. And you call him because, he's the one you call because you love him. Like, you need reassurance.
She
and he never picks up. It's understandable. It's 1 a.m. So you don't make it home until 4 a.m. because your car gets towed and everything. And then when you get home, you decide to open up Facebook and watch cat videos because you're sad. And you realize that he's still logged into your computer on Facebook. And then you see a message pop up. And then all his little messages line up. And you see just girls there. And you saw that he was texting the girl that he told you not to worry about.
And
it looks like he thinks that you can't read Vietnamese, but you can read Vietnamese. So you read the conversation, and he told her that he made it there safe. He told her where he was. He asked when they should meet up. And you're just like...
Red flag.
She just needs a vent.
Yeah.
Number 4, he's a business major.
She just needs a vent. Hers wasn't really red flags. Hers is more or less she just had to let
It
that
was
out.
a red flag, though.
Yeah, it was a red flag, but
was
she had to
red
let all
flag.
that out. I don't think nobody else is going to live through somebody letting somebody fly on Thanksgiving Day or Valentine's Day, like, for no excuse in the world. Like, that is just not happening. So I think more or less it was a vent in that part. But I don't think those red flags are going to, like, happen to
I need to go
any.
check your Facebook.
That sound like some, like, movie type
I need to
stuff.
go check your Facebook.
You can check my Facebook. I don't even use it. Like, that.
I don't have Facebook. I've never had
I'm
Facebook.
over there on Facebook for reaction purposes.
Mm-hmm.
You can check all my messages. There's a bunch of old men and old ladies requesting songs. Go ahead.
Go.
10 signs that they are not ready for a relationship. Number 1,
Okay.
they try to sleep with you right away. This is a sign
Red
of
flag.
anxious attachment style.
Yeah.
They are essentially trying to bypass the emotional build of a relationship
I
by
don't
sleeping with
think
you.
all
in
that. I
order
just
to
feel like that's
create
just a red
connection.
flag.
Number 2, even if they don't try to sleep with you right away, but the conversation is always turning in a sexual nature,
Yes,
they are
red
essentially
flag.
seeing if you'll take the bait. Number 3, they hate their ex. This is not a person who hates their ex. This is
I don't
a
know.
person
Yeah,
It's,
I
I
don't
wouldn't
know.
say it's a red flag. It's a hit or miss on
Number
that
4,
one.
they only call or text the day of or the hour of hanging out with you. Number 5, they don't
Yes.
call you. They only text you. They really don't
Yes.
have the emotional bandwidth to
She had some
create
points.
a
I
Red
give it.
flag. Here we go.
10 signs that they are not ready for a relationship. Number 6,
Okay, here we
they do
go.
not follow through with their word. If they say
Yes.
they're going to call you and they do not call you, block them. We give
Yes.
favorites at the beginning of a relationship. If someone is already flaking on you, it's not a good sign and it won't end well. Number 7, they cancel plans last minute and do not make an attempt to reschedule with you right away. They don't
Yes.
value your time and they don't see you.
You
as
act like you living in the moment of this
They
right
do
now.
not ask
This is
you
red
hard
flags.
They don't ask about your faith, your future, whether you want to be married or have children.
They don't ask
This
about
is a
that. That
person
these
Yes.
days.
Yes, they do.
This new generation, they all
Not
messed
this new
up.
generation. I don't know about this new
see
generation.
themselves in it. Number 9, conversely, if they do not have a 5-year plan, this is a person who is unable to
She
picture
cutting deep.
their
I don't know if
future.
that's
She
a red
cutting deep,
flag.
though.
I don't know if
That's a red
I
flag.
kind of feel
And
it's a
number
hit.
That's
or
a red
miss.
flag.
Need to
No.
drink or be drunk in order to hang out with you.
Oh yes.
Run, delete.
I'm gonna say something about that.
What?
I'm gonna say something about that.
What?
This new generation is not doing all that.
Yeah, they're
They're
not.
not asking them questions. No 5-year plan. No what's that.
But
Oh,
not everybody knows their 5-year plan, so that's what it's a hit and
But
miss.
you can still have a plan for something.
Yeah, but what if you're not sure what you even want to do yet?
Have
You gonna
something,
plan
or you gonna
that-
sit down with somebody at the table and just tell you like, oh, what do you want to do with yourself?
I don't know
I
yet.
don't know yet. I'm just living. What are you living with?
Life.
Do you have a job? Like,
I'm living on the edge.
I bet you are. You would end up with somebody like that. 'Cause I sure the hell wouldn't live on no edge. Like, it ain't even about the 5-year plan. Okay, but this generation is not doing
Oh,
that.
yeah,
As
no.
far as asking any type of question, they looking at you walk through the door and they
I'm
gonna say,
going off of my generation.
They look at you-
my
Hello.
experience. My.
Can I say what I just say? They looking at you
life.
walk through the door and say, oh yeah, she got on, or he, wait, female. Let me be the female. He not Vans? Who wears a Levi? Like, look at his fit. Like, you gotta have on J's, pay for the meal. You gotta be flawless dress. His car better be on fleek. While she in a Ford Pinto wearing a 995 dress with some Forever 21. I'm not mocking if you wear this with some Forever 21 jewelry that ain't
The fact
14
that they have
karat.
high
It's the
maintenance.
fact you want high maintenance, but you ain't high maintenance. Like, stop looking at a dude
They
son.
expect you to get them out.
She have wearing a $300 shoes with $200 jeans with a, oh, he got on Ferragamo. Bitch, you can't spare Ferragamo. Like, knock it off. If you don't quit, you can't even pay for this meal trying to talk about. Don't get me started up in here.
Stephen play.
Red flag.
What?
He's always told me he
Red
loves me.
flag.
What? See, that's too little. See, wasting my time. Like, get somebody that's talking about it. You should have talked about it. Like, you over here just putting little text on the screen. We can't see all that. The box gonna cover us. Here she go.
Red flag.
What did you say?
Still talks to their ex on social
Red
media.
flag.
Takes hours to reply.
Red flag.
I feel like some of y'all watch everybody else's. All his exes are crazy.
Red flag.
I've been on a lot of
Thank
dates,
you,
and
talk.
here are my early red flags.
Yeah, you gonna have something
Here we
stupid.
go.
She just looked like she gonna say something
He's
stupid.
following a lot of girls on social media, especially Instagram. He is just not serious and
So we can't look at booty?
girls from
That's
the
not a
past.
red
He's probably
flag.
Ain't nothing wrong with looking at booty.
tons of people. Gross. Anybody that's obsessing over your appearance at the beginning is either a narcissist or they just literally
'Cause he don't want
care
nobody
about your
ugly.
personality.
That's not a red flag.
If they are inconsistently communicating, they either have a roster
Oh,
or they're
you
just
know.
not that
Interested.
interested.
Yeah,
like
red
you
flag.
are
I'll give you
someone
that
that's
red flag.
really interested. If this man is using Snapchat as his primary form of communication,
Red flag.
Goodbye.
Red flag.
On the
You're right.
apps, he is hiding his smile or wearing hats, or you can barely see his face.
Red flag.
Beware. If this man mentions cuddling before the first date, run.
Dang.
I cannot stress this enough.
I wish
If
they
it
had this
is
out when I was
too
on the
much
dating
too
road.
soon, and they're love bombing you, they're worshiping you, this person has issues. Like a normal guy is gonna take it at a slower pace.
We've heard somebody
But
doing
on the
something
flip
like that.
side, if he's giving 0 compliments to you, then
Red
he's
flag.
just not secure with himself, and we don't waste our time with those people.
Red flag.
Cause I think you cute.
If the guy does not pay for the first date that he asked you on,
No,
or if
that's not a
he
red flag.
accepts
That could be, though, 'cause
you
he could be broke.
splitting it, like,
It could be.
this is
But
the first
that's
date.
He shouldn't be asking nobody on no date if he broke.
That's not a
And
red
last
flag.
but
to me.
not
a red flag.
least, if he asks you the day of, last minute, or just to meet up, not a real date, he's just not serious about it, and
That's
it's
not a
just
red
not worth your
flag.
time.
You did that.
Go out there, find someone who's interested in you and who will put in the time and effort
Okay, girl.
because you deserve it.
You did that one, so that's
Yo,
not a
here are
red
3
flag.
red flags that you need to look for in a guy.
You know what? No, I'm gonna say something before he start. Cause I was on the women's side and a woman came on this side and I feel like he about to give some stupid stuff for the fellas. Cause he
I
shouldn't
don't
be
think
over here
the
talking
last
about it.
minute type of thing is a red flag. I just feel like it's cute because some people have busy lives and stuff. So of course, when they have the moment, like that's how you were. Like we hung out like at 8:00 at night.
I feel like-
out of nowhere.
I feel like he about to mess it up for the fellas.
He's wearing red too.
He shouldn't be over here.
He's wearing red.
But I'm gonna let him talk.
Don't want to get played. Number 1, you're putting in way more effort than he is. When
Yes,
a guy wants
red
a
flag.
woman, he's going to put in a lot of effort, and it's going to be very, very apparent
Yep.
that he is
I'm gonna give
putting
him
in
that.
that
I'm
effort.
gonna let you slide,
If you
baby.
don't know what that looks like, that's making plans, texting you first, asking
He
you
trying to get him a
questions
girlfriend
about
on
your
TikTok.
day,
He
doing
ain't
just
slick. He
anything
ain't slick.
and
He running game on
everything
TikTok.
to make you a part of his everyday life.
He is not like
It's
that.
almost going to come
Look at
across
his
like
eyes.
he's way too available. But the reality is this.
He lying.
He's probably not available. He's just making time for you. So you have to learn the difference between someone having time and making time. So if someone is making time for you, that is a very clear indication that they want you in their life. And if they aren't making time for you, that's
Are we
because
still
you're
on one?
not a priority, which means
We got your
he's
point.
gonna play you. So if he can go an entire day without
Oh
talking
my
to you,
God.
or go an entire
We ain't
week
even made it
or
to.
month, cut that dude off. Like he is playing straight.
Cut
games with you.
yourself off
Number
right now.
2, you guys have been talking for a while now, but he still hasn't introduced you to any of his friends, and he doesn't talk about you publicly. Now
Yep,
this one
red
is tricky
flag.
because some people
He
just
about to
like
go
to
more,
keep
don't
their
worry.
relationships private, but there is a difference between keeping your relationship private.
See, he
and
could have
keeping
stopped
it
after
a
the first
secret.
phrase. He keep
If
going.
it feels like he's keeping you very separate from his
Keep
personal
going.
life,
We don't
so
need
you're
to
like
break
way
down.
over here, but his personal life is way over there, and
He's
he
still
never
going.
brings the two together, that's on purpose. That means he either A, doesn't want to be seen with you, B, he doesn't care enough about you to introduce you to his personal life.
He has to break
or
it down
even
for
talk
people.
about it.
He could have just left it on the first
C,
phrase. Like he don't need to
he
go this
doesn't
far
want
in
the
depth in the
woman that he
thing. Like he
actually wants to think he's in a relationship with someone else. And that way, when he cuts you off, it's
I thought he was gonna say number 3.
That was
he
number
doesn't have to worry
3.
about anything else but removing you from the equation. But like I said, this one is tricky because if you just started talking, he's gonna want to get to know you first if he is interested in you, so that he doesn't look stupid. So he doesn't want to bring you around and then find out that you're gonna like make him look dumb. So he's gonna keep you a secret at first. But if you've been talking for a while, chances are he's probably playing you. Number 3,
Oh.
he still acts single publicly. So what this
See?
means is that you guys are talking and it's like getting pretty serious, but on social media, he still presents himself.
I don't think
talks
that's a
about
red
himself
flag
like
because
he's
if he
single,
doesn't,
like
I don't
single,
think that
single.
one.
He giving
And
to
this
me.
actually
He
goes
just
for both
keep
men
he
and
trying
women.
to like
Someone is
just.
still taking in.
Bro, if you need a girlfriend, just say that. Like, if you
Potential
looking
partners
for a
and all
girlfriend and
that.
trying to give her some sign, like
Talk
just
about
say.
he's not none of those
Like,
flags.
Come on, bro. Like you going
You may
way
not
too
act
in
like it,
that.
But guys know whether or not they want to date you from the very beginning. If he's not treating it like a relationship right from the start, meaning that he's not out here trying to get more people
Somebody
to
get
talk
this
to
man.
him and more people to sleep with him, then that means that you are not the one. Because if you were, his thoughts would be, that's my girl, I only want her.
What are some
God.
really specific things that you consider to be red flags in men?
Okay, so when they're way too sexual, way too early on, I find that so scary, so weird.
She's pretty.
No sort of ambition whatsoever. Like, why do you not care we're gonna be in 5-10 years time? When they only text you at night, like, chill out. I know what you're doing. Your body count over 3, and I say 3 because 4 is a drag. Like, why have you had sex with that many girls? Because if it was the other way around, you wouldn't like it. When you aren't even their type. Like, I know I'm not your type. You know I'm not your type. So what's we really doing here? I'm IFAs. If you're atheist, it's not gonna work. So keen on taking your V card. Like, why? I'm not gonna give it to you. Give it to the rest. Always a woman's business. Ew, yuck. Always defending the opposite race in debates about colorism, cultural appropriation, blackfishing. You're always defending them, saying it's not that deep. I find that so weird. When they're still cool with their ex, nah. Like, why? Why? When they called their ex crazy, yeah, long day, red flag. Like, you
What's
meant
with
to
the ex crazy
and
thing?
you're
Why
not
is that such
crazy.
red flags for people?
Because it's like, I think because
Some exes is crazy.
no, because 9 times out of 10 they always say that, like, oh, my exes are crazy. No, she's not. You're crazy, or you made her crazy, or you did something to put that.
Well, I ain't had no exes, so I don't know nothing about no crazy exes. I had associates and
You're
companions.
annoying.
So
Push
I don't know
play.
nothing about no crazy ex.
Push play.
I know some people who do though.
Push play. From experience?
Oh my
I
god!
can't
Why do we keep doing this? I cannot see.
I'm already
this.
blind.
I got you. Oh, it's not important. I thought I paused it like on the actual thing. Like,
What are you
did they like go
doing?
forward?
I don't know.
That's cold.
That was funny.
Here's yet another sign that he's just not that
I
into
feel
you.
like she's about to
Sign number
give me,
3.
but she's
not
giving
into
those
you.
vibes.
Some men love the early, murky, vague stages of a relationship because they get to pretend that they're not really dating you. And they also get to pretend they're not responsible for your feelings. If a guy's
Yeah.
into you, they want to feel emotionally protected when a relationship becomes serious. And one way of doing that is by laying claim to it. They actually say, I'm your boyfriend, or I want to be your boyfriend. A man who's really into you is going to want you all to himself. I don't want to be in a serious relationship means I don't want to be in a serious relationship. The truth is, some men don't want to define the relationship because they want the option to continue to shop around. While still knowing
Yes.
that you're going to be there for them. You deserve to always be the first and only option, nothing less. Better than nothing is not good enough for you. You're amazing and deserve a man who will commit. If he doesn't wanna date
Yes.
you, then kick him to the curb. If you don't know where a relationship is going, it's okay to ask. Talking about feelings can be hard, but you'll feel more secure in knowing where the relationship stands. There's a guy out
Yes.
there who will want to tell everyone that he's your boyfriend. Go find him. Here are some signs that a guy is just
Is that the same girl?
not into you. Also, this is probably going to be a multiple-part series
but
because
no, I don't
I
know.
don't
It
talk
is.
fast enough, and I've got quite a few signs that a guy's not into you. And all my information came from the book He's Just Not That Into You.
That's a movie.
Yes, I read this book. It's written by a guy. I picked it up because I realized I don't know shit about men.
They always trying to sell
I don't.
us. Sell
I
us
don't
out.
understand them, and I don't understand them in
Sellouts.
relationships. So let's
Just
get
like
on
Steve
into it.
Harvey.
Sign number 1, he's not asking you out. Going to Josh's house party together
It's
is
not a
date.
date.
Let's get that out of the way. If a guy needs to take things slow for whatever reason, he's gonna let you know immediately because he doesn't want you to get frustrated and lose interest.
I understand.
If he's giving you countless excuses, that's a polite way of rejecting you. Also,
Why
men are
can't
not
he just
afraid
say
of
that?
ruining friendship. So staying your friend is not a good excuse. If he
At
gives you
all.
that excuse, he's not into you.
Put you in
Men
the
work
friend
for what they
zone.
want. If he likes you, he'll ask you out. Part 2 coming soon.
Stop and take a moment to listen.
Ladies and gentlemen, her.
I have no idea. But yeah, that was cool.
I don't know. I just feel like I feel like these were on spot. I feel like these were so good. Like, yes, there's
Yeah,
a lot
I
of
feel like
red
the male
flags.
side. I feel like
do.
you know what I'm saying.
But I think it's just more or less like men aren't in like, and I'm not speaking for all men, of course, but I'm just saying in general. Like, I feel like men don't push the relationship like women do. I feel like men kind of just go with the flow where women just want to be their number one type of thing. So I think that's
I
why.
feel like coming from the women's flags, women red flags, and then coming over here, I feel like these were better than the women like giving, or these were better than the men giving
Yeah.
red flags.
I
feel
think
like
the men were just being picky.
yeah, they wasn't giving no. These is like legitimately like red flags.
Like I said, the men were more or less on a type, and then the women
are
are like on some
oh,
real
no, this
like,
is like you tripping.
yeah.
It makes sense. Like these was. I'm
What
not
was
gonna
the red
lie.
flag for you when you were like looking or dating? What was the red flag for you?
Well, so I came from a household like I came from a household. My parents been married. They still married. Shoot, they hopefully they don't watch this video. They watch my other videos sometimes, so they see this when I'm gonna get the years wrong. But they've been married for a long time.
It's like almost 30.
No, I think they is 30. I think they in their 30s,
No, I think it's like 29.
somewhere around there.
Anyways,
So they've been together a long time. So my biggest thing is like how I was raised. My mom and them, like I always wanted a woman like my mom is independent, but to a certain extent. And I felt like independency, like some of these women, like moms be raising them like, don't depend on no man. The man ain't nothing. Like, you know, be yourself and you know, you don't need no man. Like what? The whole point of being in a relationship is you need a man. Like you become one. There ain't no such thing as you don't need no man unless you go the other way. Then you still got a partner. Like you need somebody in the world. Like, so I feel like when I was getting with the girls, they used to be like, oh, I don't need, like, if you told me like, I don't need no man, like I'm more or less like working me. I'm like, well, I ain't the dude for you then, because I want a friend. Like, I want you to lean on me when you need me. Like, that's my thing. Like, so I don't need no man. Like, you say that, well, bye. Like, it was simple as that. Like, you don't. I'm not gonna ask for you. Like,
because I will admit, I was like that, and that was like our first time we got together, and he didn't like that I was like that. And I was like that. Like, my mom, you know, being a single mom, she raised us on, you don't depend on no man. And you can't blame a mom for doing that. You can't.
I'm not saying that, you know.
But,
that's just my red flag.
You know, you change for the ones you love, and I had to learn to lean on a man, and I learned, it's not that I learned about it, but it's just the fact that, like, I've never been taken care of by a man, like, you know, in a relationship, so of course, to have one, it was a different feeling, to be like, okay, like, even though, like, I'm the type that, like, in my past, like, I would be like, oh, 50-50, like, I can pay for a date, you can pay for a date, or, like, you know, I can spoil you the same way you can spoil me, but it was a different feeling with him, as far as, like, that type of...
What was yours?
My red flag? Cigarettes.
That's
I don't
big.
care how fine you are.
That's big.
Cigarettes.
I'm the same way though. I can't.
I don't
like
care
if you
how
do
fine
them,
you are, cigarettes.
but I just like there's no way around the breath.
I'd have to say how I think for me, like, if I let me see, how can I put this? I think just the way
Person carries themselves.
Yeah,
that's where he was going.
Like, my thing is, like, and don't take this the wrong way. Like, I get everybody doesn't have it. I get everybody, you know, life situation is different. But me growing up, because, like, I was always, like, a sneakerhead, I always felt like if your, like, looking at someone's shoes can tell me a lot. Like, I feel like if your shoes weren't clean, that kind of told me, like, you don't take value in your stuff. Like, there's no reason your shoes should look busted and disgusted, but yet you got this nice-ass outfit on. Like, it doesn't take a lot of work to go and scrub them, clean them, fix them up. And I felt like, to me, in my mind, I felt like that would tell me a lot about a man.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. There's nothing
like,
wrong.
if you are fine and you got nice clothes, nice shoes, but then it's like your shoes are fucked up, it's just like, really? Like, that was, like, my biggest thing. Like, I just feel like my shoes can tell you a lot. Or your shoes can tell me a lot about you. And I was just like, and they don't care. It could be fucking Skechers, but as long as they clean, like, I didn't care.
That's
like,
the go.
It was just a more or less, like, how do you carry yourself? Yeah, appearance. Like, I get we all got bummy days, slides, whatever. Yeah, I get that. But I can't. Like, even I teach my son, right? Like, I teach him, like, you know, keep your shoes clean. You know, you take care of your stuff that you have. You know, and I get it.
Teaches responsibility.
Yeah, it teaches responsibility. And it's like I said, it doesn't matter if you have the most expensive shoes or not. It's just, you're taking care of yourself. You're not going to go out and wear a freaking shirt that has holes in it. You know, and...
Kanye did change that.
Okay, I knew you were going to say that. But I'm just saying, like, that was just my big thing. Like, appearance it's just how you carry yourself, you know. That was, like, my biggest thing.
Well, we shared ours. Now it's y'all turn. Drop down in the comment section below y'all red flags, woman or male. What is y'all red flags? Whatever you go with, what is your red flag?
Oh, another one, a red flag is, like, if you told me you cheated. I couldn't.
That's big.
I couldn't. Like, even if it was her fault, your fault, whatever the case is, I can't. Because it's like I always tell him, he can sit here and say, like, let's just say he had an ex, a bad ex, whatever. And he can sit here and tell me his side. I don't know her side. I don't know what she went through, how she felt. So I'm not going to believe you and take that to heart. Because I feel like there's a truth. There's her story, his story, and the truth. So can't do cheater. No.
Let us know what y'all thought, what y'all red flags are.
Maybe
down
we
in the
should make a
comment
video
section
about
below.
this, because I feel like I got some red flags. Now that we're talking about it, like, I got some red flags. Like,
We're going to stay away from you dropping any type of red flag videos.
I'm just saying, I really have a red flag. Like, red flag if you have those big old things in your ear. Nope, red flag. But, you know, I'm just saying, like, you know, I don't know.
Anyways, thank y'all for tuning in. Don't forget to drop y'all comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe. We'll see y'all in our next video.
Let us know if you want us to do that, though.